Good day, everyone. I decided to come back and take another look at the Chicago skyline, with a fresh pair of eyes. It's been driving me crazy, so here we go. For those of you that don't know about the Chicago skyline controversy, let me try to bring you up to speed real quick. Newscaster Tom points out that you can see the Chicago skyline from Michigan 58 miles away, but you're not supposed to be able to see it because of the Earth's curvature, but you do see it because it's a mirage. To Tom's surprise, utter dismay, and complete amazement, he got a bunch of letters saying that he's wrong, you should look into flat Earth, the image is way too clear. If it's a mirage, it should be inverted. So Tom turns out to be a big fat loser. Now, Tom here doesn't want to be a big fat loser, so he wants to get down to the bottom of it. He gets the Pythagorean theorem out and explains to you how, you can't see past the horizon, and he wants to show you how he didn't make a mistake. So they're not arguing about the math. The Chicago skyline is 58 miles away, and the dunes is 100 feet high. So 100 feet high, 58 miles away, there should be 1,400 feet of curvature where you can't see the Chicago skyline. The tallest building is 1,400 feet high. So basically you shouldn't see it at all. Maybe the little top of the very top of the building. So newscaster Tom brings in Professor Mark. So Professor Mark explains how the speed of light changes through different mediums, and the change is caused by the temperature inversion of the warmer water and the colder air, and and now you can see over the curve. So they set up an experiment, a flat table and a picture on the wall. Now, right out of the gate, a flat table and a picture on the wall, aren't you supposed to mimic the environment? Now, if you were going to build a model, wouldn't you have curved Lake Michigan and then the buildings in behind it? Wouldn't you make a curved model? Doesn't that make more sense? You would have to make a curved model like this one. Now, I use a sheet of plywood because you can't bend water. And I set the laser up at the top of the buildings here. And then I made the laser even with the hump on the top of Lake Michigan right there. And the actual laser, I just have it above the plywood a little bit for our viewing area. A little over 1/8 of an inch, pretty much keeping it to scale. Okay, let's watch them do their little experiment. They use a temperature inversion tool. Yeah, a lens.
So if you're looking at Chicago here, just maybe now you can just see the top of the Sears Tower, and if our simulated temperature inversion moves into place, hopefully now you can see pretty much all of Chicago,
see all the lower buildings,
including what's at ground level.
Very impressive. Watch what happens when I try it. Okay, so we got a flat table just like that they did. We got the camera sitting in front of it. And then here's a picture of the skyline on the wall. Now let's get behind the flat table. And you can see the top of the building a little bit. Okay, let's use our temperature inverter. The picture's upside down. When I do it, the picture's upside down. So I don't see how they can do it and the picture's upside up. Now, one thing I thought about them guys cheating would be they flip the picture over. Like that, see? Now you can't tell, but the picture flipped. And look how it focuses itself too. The picture is flipped upside down. Now, you notice how they come in sideways, so it's at the right level? And what's the chances that the atmosphere would refract it right at the right level? Now, look at these guys. They break away, and then they come back in, and now the picture's comes. So one of the things they could have done is flip the picture over upside down on the wall. So let's take a look how a lens works. Okay, so as we back up, the image flips over. So I don't see how they can get around it and have their image upside up. Okay, now let's look at the curved experiment like you're supposed to do it. Now, I tried to move the inversion tool in every position I can think of, and there's no way I can get the horizon not to flip over. The Chicago skyline's upside down, no matter what I do. Now, if I bring the lens right at you, you can't see the skyline anymore anyway, so it doesn't matter if it goes right side up. Now, what if you try cutting the lens in half and then sticking it on the horizon? Then maybe it won't be inverted. Let's take a look. Now, don't forget about this loser. He also brought up the Flat Earth Society.
It is a mirage, argues many of the biggest critics who've emailed me. The image should be upside down.
Now, the Flat Earth Society is a nauseating website. It's designed for distraction. So you go there, it's nothing but garbage. Now, think about it, why would they go out of their way to spend all this time to make a garbage website? Just to distract people. And last but not least, I'm going to leave you with the time lapse from the same spot in Michigan. Now, you can see when the atmosphere clears up, you can see the buildings. They're not refracting up and down. This is a 24-hour time lapse. Now the atmosphere clears up again, and you can see the buildings. And I think we're going to be heading towards night here. And the buildings are just there. They're not going up and down. Are these jokers trying to tell me that this miraculous atmospheric inversion, refraction, miraging, looming buildings are even are right on an eye level for a whole 24 hours straight? That's ridiculous. Look how clear these photos are. Refraction, some kind of mirage. I'm not buying it.